everybody, Kurt and Rob with Two Brothers Hobby, and today we have the new Yak 55M from ElectriFly on the bench in front of us. Rob, tell us a little bit about the Yak, the full-scale Yak 55. Now this is just a true aerobat, never designed for any other purpose except aerobatics.
Correct. Yeah, the original Yak 55 was designed to replace the first Yak 50. It was developed in 1980, went into production in 1982 as a Yak 55M, the M designating the short wing, which gives it a faster roll rate. It's powered by a 9-cylinder radial engine. It's said to have 50 or 80%, it's supposed to be 80% of a Su-26, basically, but at a third of the cost, which makes it a nice, affordable airframe for aerobatic.
Excellent.
For aerobatic use.
Well, let's go ahead and go through our scale Yak 55M and just kind of walk us through the airframe and what we can expect out of the kit.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I'll tell you, one of the things that excites me when I open these boxes, or the box up with these new ARFs, is the fit and finish. It seems like every time we open one, the quality just seems to be getting better and better.
They are amazing. I mean, I'm an ARF guy. I'm not a builder like you are. I could never build something this nice.
Well, I don't think I could build something this nice, to be honest with you. You'd be hard-pressed to duplicate the quality here. What we have is an ARF in the true sense of the word. The only thing that's been done for you other than the primary build and the covering is the ailerons have been hinged, but everything else needs to be done. There's a neat feature with the canopy here in that it rare earth magnet, one rare earth magnet and a couple of alignment pins holds this thing on.
Yeah, it's
which
nice.
Gives
quick,
you
quick field access.
Definitely, and into this gigantic fuselage here. I don't think you have any problems getting your hands in there to work on
Smacking that four-cell lipo in there?
Yeah, exactly. The cowl comes off with 4 rare earth magnets, which makes that nice also. There's no screws or anything to mess with. They give you a few things here we'll take a look at. We've got a little insert that goes into the canopy itself that kind of forms a floor for it.
So, you know, with a nice black floor, you don't need a pilot figure, Rob.
Well, it'd be hard to see this thing fly without one. You know. Yeah, anyhow, that's a debate that can go on for the ages. But anyhow, we'll take a look at some of the parts that come with this also. We've got a little replica radial engine or a housing that goes into the nose, kind of take up some of that space there. We've got our wheel pants. We've got our wheels in aluminum landing gear. We've got nose cone here that we'll be putting on. Our bag of parts includes some CA hinges, tail wheel assembly, and all of our control horns. Now, one thing that's interesting for anybody who's not familiar with an aerobat is you don't have the long control rods and the linkages like you normally do in a plane. All of your servos are located right at the control surface for immediate response. You don't have any kind of slop in the controls then. We've got our rudder here that needs to be hinged. Nice big fat rudder there. That ought to be interesting. We'll go to the main wing now. Like I said before, the main wing is pre-hinged with CA hinges, so you don't have to worry about doing that. You do have to mount your control surfaces and your servos on that.
I like the covering detail too. You flip that over and show the the little checker detail on the bottom.
Yeah, it gives you good orientation in the air. Plus, it's just sharp looking.
It does. Looks fantastic.
They did a good job on that. Horizontal surfaces, same way. As I mentioned before, the quality. I mean, look at the detail of the balsa right here. Kind of gives you an idea of just how much work goes into these for being on a production line. It's incredible.
It is,
really. Think of it. We have to hinge our elevator on this also. This parts bag includes your carbon fiber spar, your wing spar, and a couple of miscellaneous pieces that have to be put on the plane, obviously. We've got our directions and a decal sheet. Now, Kurt, you mentioned before it's kind of neat that they're using the original.
Yeah, you see the English version of Yak 55 and stuff. It's nice to see the Russian.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of decals to really trash the plane up, I guess you would say. It's going to be nice and clean. Well, that about covers everything that comes out of the kit. Kurt, why don't you go over what we're going to put into this thing for the electronic end?
All right. Well, as simple as the airframe and straightforward as the airframe is, the radio system is pretty much the same way. You've got a 45 amp brushless ESC from ElectriFly, their Silver Series. We're going to be pushing the power plant with a 4-cell 14-8 25C LiPo battery pack at 2200 milliamp capacity. That's going to be pushing our 32 rimfire. Now, we've used a lot of the rimfires, Rob. They have a lot of punch, very powerful motors. So I'm kind of excited to see how this will perform in the Yak with the 12x6E thin electric APC prop. So we stuck with all spec components. Now on the radio, we've got some extensions and Y harnesses to keep things all together. We're going to be using S3150 digital servos from Futaba, so we'll have some nice precision on our yak, and that's really the key when you have an aerobat put together. You want to stick with a nice high precision servo. You don't want slop at the dead zone on your servos or anything. So, and then to finish everything off, we're going to be using our Futaba T8FG computer radio, so we'll be able to get all the mixing and everything we want in the yak to make it perform as we'd like.
Well, let's get this thing put together, take it out to the field, and let's see what kind of 3D pilot you are.
Sounds like a plan. We'll see you guys back here afterwards for the review.